Hey everybody, welcome to this week's review of Real Housewives of New York City. And I don't really know what this review is gonna be because absolutely nothing happened this episode. Nothing happened, nothing interesting happened, nothing worth much commentary. So I'm just gonna speak about the things that stand out to me, I guess. For continuity, I want to be more consistent, so I'm gonna be consistent. Here we go. What happened? Okay, Sonia, she got COVID. That's terrible. I don't know. I guess her getting COVID made her appreciate Ramona and Luann because they were so concerned about her and they checked up on her and blah 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 blah. With Sonia and Ramona, I don't really know about them. Even with Luann, like, are they really friends? Like, I want to believe that they are really friends, but I think they're just at this point. I feel like they're just coworkers. They're really good cowork. They're work friends at this point, right? Because they always mention that when they're not filming, they don't hang out with each other. Now, to be fair, I can understand that it could be kind of annoying if you're filming with somebody and you're expected to hang out with this person all the time, that you do kind of emotionally, spiritually need a break from that person, right? Because in real life, it's not like that. You don't always have to hang out with this person. You don't always have to have a conversation with this person, but while you're filming, you are expected to do so. So I can understand that when you're no longer filming, you kind of want that space to have your own life and to have your own thing going on. And you low-key also understand that if you do or say, it's like whatever you say or do can be held against you in a court of law. Well, with them, whatever you do or say can be held against you in a court of reality television. I don't know. Like, it's equal opportunity for the ladies to gossip about you. And for someone to be your true friend, you have to have trust. But how can you trust somebody when you know that they can use your weakest moment and go behind your back on national television and talk crap? It's not like real life where if someone talk crap about you, if they're pretty smart about it, you'll never find out, right? And whatever, if you don't know, you don't know. But in this situation, not only do you know, but not millions of people, because I don't think the ratings are that high. I mean, the ratings have been going down, but hundreds of thousands of people are gonna know your business. So how does a friendship like that really work, right? Especially when the ladies are definitely they get money for stirring drama and starting crap, right? So are these people really friends? I don't know. And this may sound terrible, but even when, like, Sonia was calling Ramona and saying that she has COVID, Ramona, of course, like normal, she cuts her off and she starts talking about the time when she was 6 years old and she had a cold. Okay, maybe not like that, but something like that. She has a story for anything. If you say you broke your leg, she'll tell a story about how she twisted her ankle, right? If you fell off a building, she will tell a story about how she fell down the stairs. Like, she always has something to counteract and one up you and make the situation about herself. So, a part of me feels like her checking up on Sonia is more so because she knows that they're filming right now, right? And Sonia is sick while they're filming. And if Ramona doesn't check in on her or doesn't be a good friend, then Sonia can use that for the show and say, well, I was sick and Ramona, she didn't care. She didn't call me at all. And she's supposed to be my good friend. And I think low-key Ramona knows a little bit about how she's coming off this season. So a part of me, and I could be wrong, and I feel bad for saying this, but a part of me feels like she went above and beyond because she knows they're being filmed. At the end of the day, and it was kind of annoying, like after her being sick, Sonia being sick, she apologized to Ramona for everything she said. But oh, you know, when they were playing back Sonia's outbursts at the Black Shabbat, and when she was talking about Ramona or yelling about Ramona or yelling to Ramona, she read her down. Now, she probably shouldn't have said it at the top of her lungs, but everything she was saying was spot on about Ramona. And I just feel like she should have apologized for her delivery, but not for what she was saying. And not for being so hard on Sonia, because to me, Sonia is not so different from Ramona, okay? I'm not gonna give Sonia that much leeway, because Sonia is very similar to Ramona. They both can be very self-centered, right? And disrespectful. But I don't see why Sonia should be apologizing to Ramona and Luann, to be honest, because both of them talk crap about Sonia. They've been making Sonia and her drinking their storyline, and Sonia's gonna feel very dumb when she's rewatching the season, or she's watching the season for the first time, and she's seeing how much they all talked about her, especially her good friend Ramona and Luann, right? So there was also a scene where Luann and Sonia were FaceTiming each other, and Sonia thought she hung up, and she was like, "Oh, I love Luann, but I don't know, I can't stop talking crap about her," which was hilarious, right? And in real life, if someone said that, you would be like, what the, you know, this is not a friend, right? But I just cannot take I can't take her seriously, her being mad at Sonia. I really can't, because all three of them are terrible friends to each other. All three of them talk crap. A matter of fact, earlier on in the season, you have Luann, cursing out Sonia because Sonia is upset because they all date her ex-boyfriends, but they don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to see it as a big deal, and Luann was basically saying, well, you're just a one-night stand, you're not that important, you're a joke, you're this, you're that, talking all sorts of crap about her. So, even, this episode, you're talking about her, oh, she was drunk. How do you know Sonia was drunk? Now, Sonia always acts a little kooky, right? So it's hard for me to tell, is she sober, is she not sober? I don't know. But Sonia wasn't acting any more kooky or crazy than she usually does. And for you to kind of put her down in that moment and say, oh, she was drunk out of her mind. Oh, yeah, she must have been really sick because she was drunk. And, that's not a good friend either. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just, I don't know. I just can't get emotionally invested in any of these ladies or take them too seriously, because they're just, what I loved about New York in previous seasons, even though the ladies were obnoxious and annoying, you did get the feeling that there was genuine friendships there, right? And they genuinely enjoyed each other and had a good time. But I guess just so much crap has unfolded throughout the seasons that, I don't know, it's like Real Housewives of Atlanta in a way, in which, yes, these are definitely interesting characters, right? Atlanta, whether you like or not like them, like Kenya is an interesting character, Nene is an interesting character, Candy, is she the most interesting? But she is a character, right? And she is funny, and she could be interesting, right? Same with Portia. All these people individually, Marlo is interesting. They're interesting characters individually, right? But I don't know, so much crap has went down that I just don't buy them as a cast anymore. I just don't buy them as a group of friends anymore. And it's just very clear that these people, that they don't really like each other. They're tolerating each other because they all want to be on the show. So they'll have moments, they'll have scenes. But this is not a real friendship. Like Ebony and Ramona, are you kidding me? That's so fake to me. Ebony acting like I, I don't know how you can come on the show one way, Ebony, and then want to be best buds with someone like Ramona. I'm just personally absolutely not buying it. It's clearly fake, right? Leia and Ramona too, like it's very clear that you all can't stand each other, right? You tolerate each other, and of course you may build a bond with each other because you're filming together, but I'm just not buying it anymore. I'm just not. So it's just weird to see this group together. So I guess Ramona is throwing a Galentine's Day thing in the Hamptons, which is really cute. But it's not the same without Dorinda and the Berkshires and Bluestone Manor, right? Like it's just, I guess that house had such character, right? It just had such character and it had such spirits. Ramona's place, although it's beautiful, it's not the same. It's not the same energy. I can't explain it. It's just, it's not as warm and cozy, and it just represents what this season has been so far. It really does. And at first, to be honest, I thought Dorinda, I didn't like Dorinda last season. Dorinda was out of her mind. And even watching back earlier seasons when Dorinda first came on, you could tell she's a little off. She has a little tick. And definitely last season, she just, who knows where she went. But I definitely hope she's in a better place, that she could come back. Because we need Dorinda. I'm sorry, we do. We need something, because I don't know, it just has no, New York used to be my favorite. I'm just so confused how one season the whole thing could just go to crap. One season. And Real Housewives of New York used to be my favorite because it's so consistent, and then this season it was just like, what the hell happened? And we'll just blame it on COVID, I guess. I don't know. But it just fell apart so quick. And I guess it's part of the reason why maybe even Atlanta is failing, because yes, you can bring new people in, but you just gotta make sure these people are cohesive and the friendship group is believable. And if it's not believable, then you might as well just change up the whole thing, in my book. So they have this stupid party, Galentine's Day. They play Pin the Lips on Harry, or Pin the Kiss on Harry Dubin, which is funny, I guess, because, all three of them, Luann, Sonia, and Ramona, have messed around with Harry Dubin. Ha 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 ha. I mean, I don't know. It's just not authentic anymore. I'm not really buying it. Ramona and her antics, like, it's cute here and there, and I think maybe Ramona worked because you had a Dorinda to keep her in check. You had a Bethany or to keep her in check. You had people that didn't allow her to go too far. But now it's like you have really no one except Leia. But we're all sick of Leia screaming at the top of her lungs at Ramona too, right? And Leia's a bit of a, Leia is kind of like a Ramona in a weird way herself, so it just doesn't hit the same. I don't know. The balance is off in this group. This episode was terrible, absolutely terrible, and I'm not really interested. I hope the season is almost over. I heard that they're going to be filming the reunion. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, that it's going to be a virtual reunion, which I understand, but I'm kind of worried about, because we know how Ramona is. I'm afraid that a Ramona is going to pull a Nene, right? And if Ramona pulls a Nene, I mean, Ramona, that's gonna suck because Ramona has been, what, 90% of the season? Right? 90% of it. So if she's gone, what else are we really going to be talking about? Because nothing really happened. Um, one more thing. Ebony found her father. She has two sisters, and I'm happy for her. I don't know if her father is going to appear on camera. Are they going to have that conversation? Are we going to find out why he wasn't there? That would be interesting to see. I would be interested in seeing that, but I just have a weird feeling we're not going to get that. I don't know. I just have a weird feeling we're not going to get that. So at the end of the day, what was the point? What was the point of this season? I'm not going to blame Ebony. I think it's a lot of different factors. There are rumors about Ebony. I'm going to wait until more information comes out. I'm not going to just say stuff because you know how it is. One minute you get this tea, and then the next day they counteract and say, actually, no, it's this. Like, same with Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, how many rumors are we hearing about the cast? And then literally the next day we hear something different, and it just goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Who knows what's happening with Real Housewives of Atlanta? I mean, it's really sad because they're great, and I still think they have a chance, but I don't know. I do think they really need to switch things up, and I think the audience really needs to give new people a chance. And I think the network and production shouldn't focus so much on social media and their opinions, because I feel like people are just gonna have a problem with everybody. That's just how it is. And if you're going to listen to them, then you're never going to get new people, and you're going to just be stuck with the same old people who, no disrespect to them, they're great, right? Like Ramona, great television. But it just gets to a point where we've seen it all already. We as an audience, we're in a different place. There are more interesting stories. There are more interesting characters. Like, Ramona is not the most interesting person in New York. Ramona is not the most scandalous person in New York. Like, you could find somebody else at this point. Like, we've seen it all. Let's move on at the end of the day. And if it's not working, it's not working. I mean, they got rid of Dallas. Dallas is not coming back. And I enjoyed Dallas, but was Dallas the greatest? Did it really need to come back? Were we really interested in seeing another season of those ladies? No, we're not. So if these things are not working, they're not working. Let them go. To be fair, I mean, like I said, Real Housewives of New York has been my favorite. Is it fair because it had one season where it didn't do great? Is it fair to say it needs to go? I would just say, like, if it comes back, I'm definitely for it coming back, but I also feel like I think it is the second longest running out of the franchise. I feel like it has got its moment. Maybe it just needs to end for a little while, and it could reboot again with new ladies. That's what I'm feeling, especially with COVID being everything it is. Who knows how things are going to work out? There may be more lockdowns in the future, right? So maybe because of New York is a bit of a hot spot, maybe it's just great. Maybe it would be a good idea to put that on pause. We got how many years with Ramona, Sonia, and Luann. It was great to see them. They brought wonderful, interesting stories. They were great entertainment, but maybe it's just time to put a neat little bow on it. Pause. Let's focus on Miami or other cities you want to test out and see if they work. And then maybe when we're in a better place in the world, we can bring back New York, but revamp it, right? And we can revamp it with new ladies that actually have somewhat of a genuine relationship together, and a background story, and it makes sense, instead of trying to insert random people and mix and match things that just it it just doesn't work at the end of the day. So that's everything, guys. This probably wasn't a great review. It wasn't really much of a review, but whatever. It is what it is. See you guys.